everybody. Welcome to another episode of I Still Love Her, the podcast. And we are back. I know we've been gone for a while, but we are back. We've been on vacation. Kendra G has been excited about Beyonce dropping Black is King. It was like her birthday celebration all over again.
I'm learning the dance. I know she goes like her head swipe. I got that part down. And then I'm working on the rest of it. And then go low.
Said, I know she does this. Yes.
Like that. I know she does that.
Kendra, you know, I was not going to call you this past weekend because I know you were like manifesting and chilling and like really getting it in with Beyonce. So
true story. I have a whole dance instructor that teaches me the dances, but he moved out of Chicago the beginning of this year. So now I'm literally looking for a new dance instructor to teach me the routine. Because someone has to teach it to me and then I can do it. I'm not good at just watching it and then learning it myself.
Yeah.
Dance instructors in the Chicago area.
I put it on Instagram.
I know, I saw.
I've had the post up looking for a new dance teacher. Can you show me this? Okay. Well, we got this part. We got that.
And shout out to our girl Ivy, who's been traveling all over the world getting this glow. I don't know what type of island she's been on in COVID-19, but she's been on somebody's island, posted up in her Martell or whatever drinks she's been drinking.
Oh my gosh.
But these Instagram shots have been epic.
Thank you, T. First of all, you know I'll be trying to be on your time because you stay coming with the wild flexes.
I haven't flexed in a very long time.
Between you and Kendra, I have to keep up.
Oh, no.
Kendra she's known for like the big dress flowing in the wind. She had it in Santorini, Greece. She has it in Chicago. She had it in LA. Like she out here. Okay? I was just in the house stuck for 5 days with some good angles, and we made it do what it do.
Well, man, you could be a photographer because I thought you was somewhere too.
Yeah, I thought she was on a tropical island somewhere. I saw the text her like, Miss, where are you traveling to get this?
No, I mean, I'm definitely serious about COVID-19. It is no joke. You know, everybody that I was sharing a room with were all tested, so we all knew, you know, we were corona free. We're not playing around with that. Like, that is a real living and breathing, you know, sickness that I don't want any contact with. So it was my first experience traveling on a plane. I was in Palm Springs, by the way, and you know, it was a great time. It was my first time really just like being on a vacation and breathing and being around other people. So it was relieving, as nerve-wracking as it was, but the flight was for sure comfortable. Delta was upgrading my seats, so I was getting that first class bed. You know what I'm saying? It was lit, but I had my sanitizer. I had it all on deck because I'm not depending on nobody to clean anything for me.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of nervous to travel. Kendra, you was in California recently, right?
I done been to California, DC, Dallas. I have to go to LA in 2 more weeks. My ticket is $38. Let me say this though. It's literally $38 to get there, and then I think it's like $38 back. I'm not kidding you. United Airlines. I'm not even joking. It's a non-stop flight. No, I'm telling you. I mean, I start at cheap tickets, and then I go to the actual airline. So, but let me say this, Ivy, like you, I am taking it serious, but I'm also the kind of person that, you know, I guess for me, no, that's a lie because I might go to Mexico. I was going to say, I'm not going to do any international flights, but I forgot I'm in the midst of deciding on Mexico literally earlier today. But I'm wearing my mask. I'm on the plane. I'm covered down. I've also taken 3 coronavirus tests, just FYI, 2 blood tests, and then 1 swab, like the swab test. Mm-hmm. And they've all been
negative.
I've been negative. I thought I might have been, what is it called, asymptomatic? I thought maybe I was like, maybe I had it, I just don't have it. But I never had it at all.
So you took the antibody test.
I took 2 antibody tests. I took it twice. So I took one when I went from LA. I took one when I came back from Dallas, and then also right before I went to DC. So I've taken 3 tests. But I do take it, Ivy, you're so right. It is something you cannot take lightly, but I'm just a travel person, so it's been difficult for me to not go anywhere.
Yeah. You travel all around the world. I haven't did any out of New York vacations. The only thing that I've been doing was a staycation. So I've been going to the Hamptons like every other week just to kind of get away. But it's not the same. But at least it's like more land. The house is bigger. Because where I am now, yeah, exactly. And so for my son, it just gives him space to just run around in the big backyard. Because where we at now is, we have condo living, so to be in the house is just more for him to be able to play and jump in and out of the pool and whatnot. So that's all I've been doing.
Oh, I was gonna tell you I was gonna stay at your house for the New York City Marathon, but it got canceled.
I know, but you're more than welcome when it comes back together.
I think I'm not a good house guest. I think I have to be a hotel person. Child, on a serious note, like literally broke up with my college friends over some TT, like over just me being messy. But I think it's a little bit more deep root. But I learned that for now on, I gotta have a hotel.
But you and I could talk about that. We can talk about that behind.
You talk about that.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll talk about that. We're gonna
yeah.
Because I have a guest bedroom. I mean, and staying at my place is kind of like staying on your own little resort. So you might not be that bad.
Okay.
You might not be that bad.
And
I've stayed with you before. I've stayed with Kendra before. You're not that bad. I think we're equally bad.
Okay. Maybe.
We stayed together at a few awards. Yeah, we stayed together at a few award shows, and our hair.
Yeah, you're right.
Shoes are everywhere, and makeup is everywhere. I mean, I think we're kind of equally the same when it comes to the mess.
Okay. I feel bad.
Double trouble.
So let's jump into our first topic. I want to kick it to you, Kendra. So J.W. Lucas, he's a music producer. He produced for artists such as DaBaby, Lil Uzi Vert. Allegedly, he produced for that new artist, Jack Harlow, who has that song, What's Poppin'. So he said some things that was incorrect about Breonna Taylor and the death of Breonna Taylor. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay, before I dive into it, we're all hip hop girls, right? So before this story, Ivy, have you ever heard of J.W. Lucas?
No.
Okay, TT. No. Okay, TT, before this story, have you heard of J.W. Lucas?
Absolutely not.
So, okay, I've been doing this for 20 years now. I've never heard of J.W. Lucas either. I brought that up to say it kind of makes me upset because I feel like we're giving him what he wanted, right? Hold on, my dog is even barking. Be quiet! I'm doing a Zoom. Give me a second. Oh my God. I'm sorry. My dog is ghetto. But back to the point I was trying to prove. It makes me mad because I finally figured out, he did this to be top of a conversation, and I didn't catch on to it until later when I figured he's 69ing us, he's trolling us, but we're here and let's just bury it because I pray that even though I feel as though he did this for attention, he got the attention, but he also loses his career in the process, which I hope for. So he is a producer, like you said, TT, named some of the people. And then also on the Woo, Pop Smoke, they're saying he has some.
But I also heard through the grapevine, though, that he steals beats from people and not properly credit them.
Okay.
And Jack Harlow also tweeted and then deleted that. Here's his tweet. I never met or spoken to J.W. Lucas, to that J.W. Lucas person, and he didn't even produce What's Poppin'. Jetson and Pooh made it. That's all. And then he deleted it. But if you go to J.W. Lucas' page, of course, he credits himself for producing the song What's Poppin'. But a lot of people have reached out to me because I was very vocal about what he said. And a lot of people have reached out to me and said, yo, that dude is notorious for stealing people's production and not properly crediting them. And that happens a lot in the music industry, as we all know, because we are hip hop girls. But continue on, Kendra.
So, so he had credits on his Instagram page. He forgot the title of Goofy Ass Person of the Year because clearly here's where it went so far left, right? Here's the initial tweet that got a lot of people upset. in the hip hop community, not just hip hop community, in the Black community, people who care about Breonna Taylor. And his tweet said, "Why is the world asking for justice for Breonna Taylor? Of course, she shouldn't have lost her job, but do you realize that she
Her
was
life.
involved?" Excuse me, you're right. Of course, she shouldn't have lost her life, but do you realize that she was involved with multiple drug dealers who were using her house as a trap spot? If you sign up for that life, there are consequences. So, um, first of all, that's not true. If you know anything about the Breonna Taylor story, there's not multiple drug dealers she was allegedly involved in. There is a conversation about a boyfriend she dated 3 years ago could have been a drug dealer. Maybe, maybe not, who knows? But a boyfriend of 3 years ago wasn't the current boyfriend that she had that was a licensed person to carry a gun. So if that wasn't bad in itself, he went on to try to defend it. And then a person that was on this podcast with us that we all love and hold to a high regard, Tamika Mallory, went on live with him, and he was so disrespectful to the point that he even said to Tamika that he was more capable than Tamika to run the Black Lives Matter movement. And in so many ways says she wasn't competent enough because he was more competent to do that type of role. And that is literally like, I lost it when for the Breonna Taylor tweet, but with the Tamika conversation, like, I was ready to fight.
Yeah, because what makes him think he's more competent? What have you done for the Black community that makes you more competent enough to say that you can lead the whole movement? And he doubled down on his comments. Like, people who know me know I have done more for the Black. What? Where? Who? What? When? Where? Like, what marches have you led? What have you done? We need, like, you can't just, first of all, you're loud and you're wrong. And instead of being humble and asking the right questions, you want to double down and continue on and just look stupid and goofy. That's the biggest problem that I have. It's like, bro, you're just dumb.
I have more to say, but
where's his friends to defend him? Where are the people who can vouch that he has been putting forth action to make a change in Black communities? Maybe he has been, but there's nobody saying yeah. So because there's nobody saying yeah, we're gonna say maybe not. I'm not one to really speak on people I don't know, but from what I'm hearing, he seemed real goofy, especially going on live with somebody who's been a face and a leader in this movement, in today's climate, and disrespect her competence. That's out of line. That's out of line.
But Kendra, you have more to say about this. Go ahead.
Yeah, so more to say. Those were a couple things. And then also, to make even more pissed off, ladies, he even said, and I missed this audio, but I heard the recap that Charlamagne did. He even mentioned, he said that he has done more for hip hop than anyone in hip hop. And that's when I realized he's trolling us. He's trolling us because he just wants to be the topic of conversation, because there ain't no damn way in hell you honestly believe you've done more than hip hop than anybody involved in hip hop. And Ivy, to go back to what you said, yes, people can vouch for him, but I feel like, your cloth isn't who you are, right? If you've done things, we could just go to your page and see something, right? We could see you at a march. We could see you protesting. Like, there's no evidence. Not saying social media is the only place, but that's the cloth that you are. It would be a space that we could easily identify you.
Access.
I haven't seen you with, there's several people like Tamika, like Sean King, like people that are always out here on the ground that you can easily be a part of if you are part of this movement. It just pissed me off because, I hate to make this a racial thing, but I hate when white people feel like they can always do something better than a Black person, even when it's to do with Black issues. I have had a personal issue with this before, with a woman who I was leading something with, and I like the partnership in which she was helping to be a part of it, but she definitely wasn't running it. And then when we fell out, she made it seem like she did everything, and I was like, that is that white privilege that feels like you always take over everything and you run everything, and it's so disrespectful. And then really the way he talked to Tamika, to me, was enough to be canceled. Like, there's no way you can be that disrespectful in the aggressive tone and how you coming at her. And I was disappointed, I gotta say, in some of our male hip hop men who weren't as vocal as the females were. Like the females, I felt we came out strong. We were like, we not having it. I
Well,
needed
see, that's the
more
BS.
males for that.
Right, but that's the BS.
My prayer is he definitely has the name now, but I hope that it doesn't make any more money in the hip hop world. I mean, I believe in forgiveness. You can't harbor on to feelings like that forever, but at the same time, a lesson has to be learned, and he truly, to me, 10 years from now, still can't show up with the hottest hip hop artists in the world, and people in hip hop accept it. Like, let's forgive them. Let's not be mad. You got that. But there's consequences. And the consequences are you can't make no money off of hip hop no more talking just like that. That's what I feel.
Yeah, because you showed us your card.
JW until he takes accountability for his actions. And he honestly admits that he was wrong. If he cannot learn why he's wrong, then there's no need to even further a conversation with that man. Sorry to that man.
Sorry to that man.
I think you hit it on now. It's all about accountability, right? Speaking of accountability, Ivy, so let's kick it to you, Meek Mill and Milano. All right, so who's taking accountability for this breakup? Now, I gotta be honest, I did not see this coming because Milano just had a baby 2 months ago. I felt like Meek Mill was finally in a space of growth and maturing and becoming the man he really wanted to be. I didn't see this coming, and it even breaks my heart to talk about it. So, Ivy, take this away.
Okay, so if you haven't been hip to the Meek Mill personal life, Meek Mill has been dating Milano for a little while now. This is a relationship after Nicki Minaj, so they've been through the whole trolling phase. Like she's been quiet, but she's been present, you know. And a lot of people were rooting for this relationship because they're both like Philly bred. It was like a Philly power type of movement. You know, she's a boss. You know, they went on to have a relationship. Recently had a baby, and there was just a lot of there was a change in his pattern with relationships. He became a bit more private, even though he was, you know, still public with her. But he made an announcement of a recent breakup between he and Milano, and he states, me and Milano decided to remain friends and build our child as separate parents. We will still have mad love for each other, but we both came to an understanding. Things could happen. A lot of things could happen that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? They probably looked aesthetically great together, and they probably, you know, filled a void that they needed to fill at the time that they needed to fill, and they probably can't grow or give each other more than what they want. We don't know what the conversation is. There's no rumor reports to me as to why they broke up. I know Milano responded to the breakup with I want to just say this about my relationship. Please arrest the cops. Killed Breonna Taylor. And so I thought that was just a great comeback. It was so great. It was just a shutdown. It was, yes, it was I'm going to respond with no response, which I thought was very grown of her. You know, it was weird that it was such an announcement. I guess he doesn't want to feed into the what happened, but he absolutely opened the door for a swarm of questions because it hit us by surprise. We were excited to grow with baby Mill, whatever you want to call it.
I know you're very protective of Meek. This is a relationship that goes back a very long time. And this whole babies for marriage thing, I think we spoke about this on the show before. What are your thoughts on all of this?
So you definitely said something that's very true. For those who don't know, I had a relationship with Meek, friendship, like little brother relationship. I used to live in Philly during moments when he was you know, the Philly local star become to the person he is today. And I will always have love for Meek. Our birthdays are a day apart. His birthday's May 6th. My birthday's May 7th. So we had that in common. I'm older in years. But I have a real love for him. When everything happened with Drake, it didn't matter. I'm Team Meek. You know, it doesn't matter. I'm Team Meek. So I don't know Milano. So that's outside looking in. I would say this, like you said, Ivy, we don't know what happened. And I always tell women, they have the power to control every situation. Like if you decide, if you're a woman, unless you're raped, if you're a woman who say, I don't want to have any kids before I'm married, then you won't have no kids until you're married. As simple as that, because you won't allow them to impregnate you. But, and I'm not saying that this was Milano's thing. I don't know her, right? I'm just speculating outside looking in. I want to make that clear. But I think women have to stop, because in the end, he got a lot of backlash. And not saying he didn't deserve the backlash, but for him being himself, like, what did we expect him to do, or what was the expectation? You know, and even me loving Meek the way I do, I felt like even with the breakup with Nicki Minaj, there were some things that he did very immaturely that I was like, why are you saying, like, man, like, why are you going on? There was a time he posted like shoes or something she had. I was like, this is whack. Like, why are you doing that? People would say he handled Drake immaturely, right? So why did we expect him to handle this in a different manner? Like, this is how Meek handle stuff, you know? And it's like, I felt like he got a lot of backlash for being what I would expect, what he's shown publicly.
I feel like we were just expecting a different Meek because he approached this relationship differently, in my perspective. You know, like it seemed that he wanted to take a different approach with Milano, and he wasn't as
when you say when he approached this differently, meaning what? He didn't
changed the way that he handles situations. He changed, you know, his thought process when it comes to his relationships. So even if it ended, I wouldn't expect him to make the announcement the way he did, because the relationship was already as so like private, you know. So
okay, so the we could admit the tweet wasn't disrespectful, right? He didn't say anything mad about her. So you think he just shouldn't said anything, period?
Yes, I think, and this is just my honest perspective, I didn't think that he did a great job at confirming their relationship.
Right.
But he definitely went out of his way to confirm their breakup.
Okay, fair enough.
So it was just like, that was a bit too, like, that was too much. That was too much. And you don't owe the public explanation. Like, before you ask, I'm gonna just let you know that we love each other and we not together no more. Nobody asked you. Nobody was even like checking for that, you know? So it was like you volunteered information and you kind of sprawled up, you know, a big ass, you know, gossip headline, you know, because, you know, Meek Mill's a top trending artist. People always want to know what's going on in Meek Mill's life. He could say, I like apples, and it's like, now everybody want to go buy apples, you know? So I know that what he did, he knew that he was going to get a swarm of questions and influence and a spiral effect of news, you know? So I know for Milano, it must have been overwhelming. I don't know what the hell, you know, is going on, but I don't know, I just started a little wacky.
And again, this is speculation because I don't know this to be true or not. I haven't talked to Meek in a minute. Who said they was ever in a relationship?
That's what I was saying. Like, that's my point.
Were they?
I was just about to go there.
Yeah, that's what everybody. I mean, they had a baby, yes, and I think that who knows if their relationship, then she got pregnant. So now it's like, let me try because you're pregnant. And then you learn after she had the baby, you don't necessarily want to be in a relationship, but because you're famous and
you gotta try.
You have a baby by this girl, you need to make it known that you're just gonna co-parent. But who's to say they were ever exclusive? And I think this is why I was saying that taking them out the equation, just women in general, be clear on your position. And if you're gonna play that position, play it like a G. But if you don't want to be in that position, then don't play that position. If your thing is I'm girlfriend or nothing, or we exclusive or nothing, then you stand by that. And then when they show you a different side, you walk away. You keep it moving.
I mean, he did say we decided to remain friends, so they probably were friends. You got to read between the lines.
All right, so versus 2 Chainz versus Rick Ross. I have to ask, okay, Ivy, who do you have?
Man, it really depends what mood you in, whether you like to be a boss or whether you like to be like on that different type of time, they both have crazy hits. I have to go with my dog Rick Ross.
So first of all, I'm like, why you acting? This is not a difficult decision. Rick Ross wins by a landslide. I think 2 Chainz wins in the sense of we all know you ask me who I do and who I do it for. I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna learn songs that we probably forgot Chainz was part of. But quiet as it kept, Rick Ross is like one of my favorite rappers. Rick Ross got so many bangers. He's so slept on. I don't even think this is a challenge. I think this is just, everybody start saluting Rick Ross the way he should be saluted.
Absolutely.
And the production on Rick Ross's albums is so phenomenal. When you talk about the production element from the body of work that he's put out throughout the years has been nothing shy of amazing. And I think he has been one of those artists that have been slept on for many, many years. Now, no disrespect to 2 Chainz, but I've never really have gotten into 2 Chainz music like that. I like Bees in the Trap, and I like that record, but like even what was the group that he was in? Help me out here. Come on.
I don't remember the group, but I know his name was Titty Boy.
He was Titty Boy. It's Fat Boy versus Titty Boy. Well, Rick Ross ain't really
fat. God, no Fat Boy.
Fat Boy versus Titty Boy, but Rick Ross is not that fat anymore. But I'm just saying though, but he was Titty Boy in that group. Come on, y'all know what I'm talking about. Can somebody please right now?
I don't know the name of the group, but I know his name as Titty Boy. I like 2 Chainz as a person. Like, I like, so I have there's nothing against him in that. I'm thinking strictly hits and music. And like I said, like Rick Ross got so many hits and bangers I listen to faithfully.
Yeah. One of my favorite other Rick Ross's records, what's the joint he had with Jay? Oh.
That was the lie.
That was a lie.
That is one of my favorite. I was getting ready to recite that.
Yes. That's one of my favorites.
Rick Ross is just phenomenal across the board. He's funny. He's charming. He performs well. I've been to his concerts, and
he smells very good in person.
He knows how to charm a lady. Like his segues into songs are hilarious. Like even his terminology, like he was like, I don't want you to make love to me like I'm a king. I don't want you to make love to me like I'm an emperor. Like, yo, this man is hilarious. Like, yo, he wins. But then I'm not gonna lie, I just looked up like 2 Chainz top hits.
Okay, give it to us.
He got some tunes.
Okay, remind me, because maybe I'm just like hating on him right now. Maybe I just forgot. Remind me.
He has a lot of featured acts that go off. All Me by Drake. Got everything. I got everything.
Okay.
He got that. He got Sacrifices with Drake, 2 Chainz, Young Thug. He has Good Drink.
Okay.
That was a good tune. He has Fucking Problems, A$AP Rocky.
Okay, now I did like that one. Yes, that was a hit.
Lil Bank with
Big
YG.
Bank, Lil Bank, yeah. Okay.
It's a Vibe with Ty Dolla $ign.
No, still. You gotta look it up. You gotta look it up. Rick Ross, we don't gotta look up.
Rick Ross has Aston Martin music.
Yes. Although I hate that
Pineapples, Gold Roses, Sting,
Santorini, Greece.
Come on. Money,
Mafia music, Stay Scheming,
BMF. You the boss. He's got a lot of joints.
Listen, I like 2 Chainz. I like Rick Ross. Both really good people. Actually seen 2 Chainz All-Star Weekend in Chicago. But I'm going with Rick Ross, hands down.
Yeah, same. Unanimous decision. We're all Team Rick Ross.
Team Rick Ross. The boss.
The biggest boss.
Well, ladies, it's always a pleasure catching up with you all. Thank you so much for being here today. And thank you all so much for tuning in. We will be back again very soon. You will not be waiting this long again. Thank you dearly. We are going to stop vacationing and getting tans and doing what we do to spend a little bit more time with you all. And we'll be back soon. All right, ladies?
Yes. All right, girls.
All right, bye.
Bye.